Oh, shoot. Yep, I'm back. Queen Esther, Omole Mompi, Olawumi Raji. How are you? Yes, I'm back. Sheun Hey, Raymond, how are you? Rashidat Banjoko, NC UK. Bridget Osai, how are you? Hope, how are you? Oyedeji, how are you, my sister? Ekrol, everyone. Good to have you back. Good to have you guys back. So how are we doing? Olubusola, you're welcome. Antonia. Dudu, how are you? Mo your love. Reliable, how are you? Oh, my trip was good. I'm even getting ready for another one. Planning another one. I'm planning another one, but not now, Sha, but I'm planning another one already. Oluwatoyin, how are you? Oloroko. Ishmaela, Macaulay, how are you? Good evening. Thanks for joining me this evening. Good to have you guys. Let me share this on Facebook so people can join us. So how has our day been so far? My program changed. That's why you see me come out again. Alrighty. All right, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please kindly help me to click a like as you join us. Kindly help us to click a like on the video. Tiny. Can be. Fola Prestige. Oh, yeah, let's go now. Let's go now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Olayinka, how are you? Let's go. Come and follow me. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This video that we want to do, should I allow calling to make it interactive and more informative? I think we should. Maybe I will do 30 minutes talk, then 30 minutes calling. Yeah. So we are going to be using our regular number that we used to use, +23 +1 24035192887. It's been a while that we use the number. I hope I'm right. I don't know if Temitope is here with us. If she's here with us, she can as well. Please help me to write the number. I think it's okay. Yeah, I think it's +1 24035192887. All right, guys. We'll be playing some videos that concerns the topic. I didn't know that thing is that bad now. Will I say bad? Yeah, bad. And Temitope, thank you. Cabo. AG Ohio, how are you? Oh, yeah, but if you number was see. Koya, how are you? Kamasekum. Did I call your name well? Akinrin Adi, how are you? I hope I call your name well. Kambi, how are you? Uncle Alesh. Uncle Alesh, our uncle, how are you? Temitope. Yeah, Mutishia. I just did. Let me be sure, but I think I just did. Yes, I just did. So it's on YouTube and Facebook already. Mama there as a just send the Facebook and profile. Let's see me. So it's easy for me to identify. Okay, that's the number. When it is time, but don't call me now. I'm just putting the number so you can store it ready. I want us to make it interactive. I want you guys to call in. How are you, Lily? I see you. I want it to be an interactive session. So I want to welcome every one of us. Let us start. Thank you for joining me. As usual, I will appreciate everyone. For the new subscriber, thank you. And if you have not yet subscribed, kindly help us to subscribe to this channel. We promise you a lovely time on this channel. Interactive, informative, educative, and hilarious. Promise you that. So I want to say good evening to every one of you. And as you come in, kindly help us to click a like on the video. Your like on the video will be much appreciated. Not only that, please kindly help us to share this particular video, especially to our young ladies. And I think this video concerns me too, because you can never tell. I want to say a big thank you to Aproko with Spice. She was the one. She doesn't want me stressed, so she went in search of the videos to send them to me. You know, like yesterday I said, I didn't know that thing was that bad, that they are advertising egg on TikTok. So she went in search of those videos and send them to me. As my aburo, she doesn't want her big sister to stress. So thank you very much, my love. You know I love you anytime, any day. Sisters for life. So yesterday we were talking about adoption, especially if you live in Nigeria, if you live in UK, or you live in abroad and you have to do adoption or surrogacy. You can watch the video. We did it yesterday. Somebody called in to expatiate and tell us more. Somebody who has some experience on this kind of a thing. And like I said yesterday, it's a very sensitive issue, but it doesn't mean we cannot discuss it. And this particular one, I don't think this one is sensitive, because this one can affect anybody. And like we know what is going on now, we ourselves should not want to wake up one day, maybe some years later, and find out that our children, our girls, sold their egg and it has affected them. Because I'm not sure most Nigerian girls know that, yes, you can sell eggs. It's not as if you cannot. At least in Nigeria, I don't know. Even here, I think so. They are selling it here too. But there are protocols and it must be handled by professional. How long and how many eggs you can sell? What are the procedures? What are the advantages? What are the effects on your health later on in life? Is it okay? Is it everybody that can sell? These are what we are going to look at. And luckily enough, one of the videos that was sent to me was a video by a professional doctor. Somebody who is versed in something like that. Because people canvassing for selling of eggs, they will not tell people the truth. They will not tell them. People canvassing for selling of eggs. Is it everybody that can sell eggs to people? Even for people that are buying the egg. I told a story earlier today. This wasn't a story, it was a true life incident that he shared with me, and that involved the person that shared it with me. I didn't just want to place their voice notes, whereby they went to do, is it adoption I will call it? I don't even know what to call it, whether adoption, whether whatever, baby farm or whatever you want to call it. And they ended up giving them children that were very sickly. One has died, the other one is between life and death. And it has even, the marriage that the woman was trying to keep has broken up. And the man said, I don't want to see you ever again in my life. Let me check, is there any problem with this video? Restriction, because there are some videos that you might not be able to tell. Hold on, please. Hold on, guys. I want to be sure there is no restriction with the video, especially the topic. Maybe I should just make it, I should remove that donor or put my picture. Please, I can edit it. I don't know why I feel. Then later I can now do it. By then I'll be sure everything is fine. So I'm going to put my picture for now. So I'll just write eggs. Selling of eggs. Yeah, let me make it selling of eggs. You know, there are some topics that might be sensitive. I don't know yet. Let me just be sure. Okay, I'm going to remove the description of the video too for now. So I'm not seeing comments, so I hope everything is fine. I'm not seeing comments. Okay, I'll check here. Ele to hanging. Phone no hang you. Phone no hang you. Okay, we have 30 likes, 106 people watching. I'm trying to edit, but I can't see to edit. Okay, maybe when I finish, I will check if there's any problem that I can rectify. Thank you, Eniola. You're welcome. Fola, you are welcome. All right, you are here. Okay, because I wasn't seeing comments, but I can see it now. Everyone is just quiet. Is it because it's a sensitive topic? Or it's scary, kind of? As a mother, I find it scary. As a mother who has a girl child, I find it scary. You know, because you can never tell. And for children back in Nigeria, I find it scary on their behalf. Because after listening to some of the videos, the particular point where the doctor was explaining the dangers of selling their eggs, I was very scared for them. And I think some of us too, even if you have children here, please talk to them. Talk to your girl children. You can never tell. Don't think you are safe too. You can never tell. I won't stop saying that. So that what is going on now, in few years' time, will now be double of what the girls of today that will be women of tomorrow will not start experiencing what we are talking about, even in large numbers. So I won't talk too much. I want us to listen to some of these people. And I want us to watch one or two of these clips. And then we'll listen to the doctor too. And please, if you are experienced in this field, kindly we will appreciate if you can call in. The number to call in has been pinned. But let's finish listening to the video. If you are educated on this kind of issue that we are talking, if you are a doctor here especially, please kindly help us to call in. There was a doctor that was with us yesterday. Hopefully she's here with us again today. But let us just start listening to them. So this particular one said that Madam is selling her eggs to doctors. I remember some times ago, I watched the two girls or their father crying out that where she kept her children, they were selling their eggs. And I was like, selling their eggs? For what? How are they selling it? How did they take it? How did they harvest it? So does it mean they just take them there and they don't do tests? They don't check their health and everything. They just take it and that is it. Anyway, if you watch yesterday's video, the person that spoke to us, that spoke on the show, called him. He said most of these people just go. They say they have eggs and all that. Especially in Nigeria, where due process is not being carried on. What if there is a generic issue? What if? Then what are the procedures of taking this egg? Is it just a normal thing? Is it just something that you will just push it down and they collect? Or something that has to be surgical? What if in the process something goes wrong? There are so many questions that needs to be asked before. In fact, when I was hearing how much they are selling it, I was shocked. As low as 50,000. Irú ebi wo ló ń pa àwọn èèyàn dé stage yẹn? What sort of desperation is that? Anyway, let's listen.
You people should help me, please. Oh, Nigeria people should help me. The woman's staying it. It's taking me to different hospitals, removing my eggs. Please, people should help me, please. I'm sharing this video for people to watch, people to look into, help me, please. People should help me. Please, she's removing my egg. Please, I need help. Anywhere, please, people should help me, please. You could, Nigeria government, people should help me. Nigeria citizen, anywhere, people should just help me. People should just come to my rescue, please. I'm begging, please. Oh, people should help me.
My sister, what happened?
My auntie, she will take me to hospital, removing my eggs.
Your eggs?
Yes, ma'am.
For how long has this been on?
For 3 years, ma'am. For 3 years.
For 3 years?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
She used to take you to hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
To remove your egg?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know she's removing your egg?
I overheard her talking with the doctor that they're going to remove 3 eggs from my womb.
For how long has this been on? You said 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Who have you spoken to?
Nobody, ma'am. I've not spoken to anybody.
You didn't speak to anybody for 3 years?
Yes, ma'am. I've not spoken to anybody.
Why didn't you speak up?
No, I've not spoken to anybody because I know that if she's going to just take my life. That's why I don't need to speak to anybody.
So how did you know where did she take you to?
She take me to...
How did she take you there and they remove your egg?
She take me to the hospital.
What did they do to you before
they removed my eggs? I overheard her. They took me injection. I overheard her telling the doctor that they're going to remove 3 eggs from my womb. That's why I need to come outside and share this video for Nigerian people, for everybody, for all the citizens to hear me. Please,
I'm serious. Where is your auntie based?
She based at Lagos, ma.
She's in Lagos?
Yes, ma.
Okay. So what do you want us to do now?
I just want people to just help me. That is why I'm coming outside for people to share this video, for people to help me, people to come to my rescue, please. People should just help me. I need help, please.
Okay.
I'm dying. I'm living inside. I'm going down in silence. People should help me, please. I'm begging. People should help me. Nigerian people, please.
It's okay. Just calm down. Just calm down, okay? Just calm down.
Thank you.
This video will reach the necessary authorities, okay? Just calm down.
Authority, or for you to run away from there. Authority in long. Anyway, that's one of the video. Let's watch this one too. About 4 videos before the doctor. You know why we are having this problem? This problem stems from way back when people are told that, number 1, they wait a long time before they get married because of religion. Number 2, religion will tell you must not do kerewa. Number 3, many people, because of one or the other reason, they say polygamy is an abomination. Number 2, not only polygamy is an abomination, they tell you that if you never marry, you cannot do it. Now it causes the predicament of the desperation we are seeing today.
Guys, I came across this advert from one of these surrogacy agencies, right? Yeah, they were advertising that they needed a surrogate mother, right? And then I read the advert, and this is the advert. Let me read it out for you guys. Surrogate mother needed. And then, yeah, these are the payment plans. They said embryo transfer, 50,000 naira. Okay, embryo transfer, that's when they put the baby, the embryo inside of you. When they transfer it inside of you, the carrier, the surrogate, they will pay you 50,000 naira. Blood tests, 20,000 naira. That is, they will carry out blood tests on you before they do the transfer to make sure that you, the surrogate, the woman who will be carrying the baby, is okay, that you're fit, you're healthy to carry someone's baby. After the test, if you're fit, they give you 20,000 naira. Then the other one says scan confirmation. That is, if they confirm that the embryo transfer worked and the baby, the embryo survived and is growing inside of you, you test positive to pregnancy, they pay you 50,000 naira. Okay. Now for accommodation, accommodation will be provided for you, okay, throughout your pregnancy period. So you don't have to worry for accommodation. And the other one says a monthly allowance.
This is actually for baby farmers. The people that they will be harvesting babies from. Àwọn lele. Kai. If you dey hear, it is finished. Are you hearing the amounts they will pay? These are for people that they will put something for to help them carry baby. So I hope you are getting it. For the people that wants to do surrogacy for people. God bless you, baby farm, Omoluwa, baby farm. I want to alone baby farm that wants to give themselves voluntarily to do baby farmers.
Guys, I came across this advert from one of these surrogacy agencies, right? Yeah, they were advertising that they needed a surrogate mother, right? And then I read the advert, and this is the advert. Let me read it out for you guys. Surrogate mother needed. And then, yeah, these are the payment plans. They said, embryo transfer, 50,000 naira. Okay, embryo transfer, that's when they put the baby, the embryo inside of you, when they transfer it inside of you, the carrier, the surrogate, they will pay you 50,000 naira. Blood tests, 20,000 naira. That is, they will carry out blood tests on you before they do the transfer to make sure that you, the surrogate, the woman who will be carrying the baby, is okay, that you're fit, you're healthy to carry someone's baby. After the test, if you're fit, they give you 20,000 naira. Then the other one says scan confirmation. That is, if they confirm that the embryo transfer worked and the baby, the embryo survived and is growing inside of you, you test positive to pregnancy, they pay you 50,000 naira. Okay. Now for accommodation, accommodation will be provided for you, okay, throughout your pregnancy period. So you don't have to worry for accommodation. Then the other one says a monthly allowance, 40,000 naira. Yeah, you will pay the monthly allowance of 40,000 naira throughout the whole pregnancy period. Then there is wardrobe allowance, 80,000 naira. And then there is the delivery fee, okay? That is the main money that it will pay you after having the baby. And that's about, that's 1.6 million naira. But if it's twins, right? If it's a twin, then you'll be paid around 1.8 million naira. Yeah, so this was what I saw. And, I was shocked, to be honest, okay? Because, yeah, I think this is really cheap in Nigeria, because I had to check, what surrogacy, costs outside Nigeria, in America, in the United States of America. And this was what I found. It says a typical surrogate in the United States of America makes from $50,000 to $60,000, and is being paid monthly. It's being paid, monthly installments, okay? She also gets paid another 5,000 to 10,000 US dollars in various benefits. But in Nigeria, a surrogate earns 1.6 million naira at delivery. Then when you sum up the whole money in total, like plus the wardrobe allowance, the monthly allowance, scan confirmation, yada yada yada, everything is around roughly between 3 million to 3.5 million for carrying someone else's child in Nigeria. So I'm asking, would you want to do this? Would you want to do this? If you want to do it for the money, because I trust that some people might just want to do it for helping, for humanity, just for helping people. Yes, some people might just want to do it for helping people, But if you want to do it for the money, you want to want for hustling, would you do this for 3 million to 3.5 million in Nigeria? Would you carry someone else's child? Let me know in the comments.
So that is one. That is another one. I want to don't find where they do it. Don't wakiri. So let's go for another. Before the doctor, we are going to do the doctor last. So this is another one person who spoke about it.
You mean I should donate my eggs for 100k naira? Naira that if you breathe in and out, it's out. I should go through the pain. That pain for 100k. Abroad, do you know how much they pay people that donate eggs? Do you know how they treat surrogate mothers? I should have my offspring all over the earth for 100k naira. I should go under that pain for 100k. I'll be 150k. Do you know how small that money is? That money is a new 10k. Please, if you're a girl, don't even listen to that advice. So because it's to shed every month, I should go and be donating my eggs. And so what? It should shed. I would rather go through that. Let it shed like that than for me to go and be keeping my offsprings everywhere for 100K. 100K. Please, people should not be following all these people online.
To show you that it is very, very. You know, somebody was telling us yesterday. I said, me and Nune. They said, auntie, go to TikTok. Then plenty there. They salam. They publicize. They advertise. Say whoever want to. They even look for where they do it. Now, maybe before we read listen to the doctor, can we just quickly look at what Google is saying concerning this thing? Shey na everybody fits donate egg? Shey na everybody can sell egg? Is it okay? Does it have an advantage? Then we will listen to that doctor, because that doctor really expatiates. But before then, for the benefit of some of us that we know if you understand, they say egg donation na generous acts, but they say it comes with disadvantages for the donor, and it includes physical risk from fertility medication, egg retrieval procedure. That means no be say something you go open your leg, push am out. They say they get procedure wey dem dey take do am. Emotional challenges relating to the process and the resulting child. Significant time. Remember, a significant time and commitment is required. They say additionally, there are legal and financial consideration for both donors and recipients. That is in a country where things are coming, where things are working, not in Nigeria. I think just anybody can do it. But here, like we said yesterday, it involves legal process. You can't just do it here. It involves legal process. Don't forget we discussed this thing yesterday. They say it involves legal and financial consideration for both the donor and recipients. Then the physical risk. Then say the fertility medication. They say most times egg donors undergo ovarian stimulation, which involves daily injection of hormones. They say this can lead to side effects like bloating, mood swings, cramping, and breast tenderness. Number 2, egg retrieval. They say the egg retrieval process is typically quick and done under sedation, and it carries some risk of infection and bleeding. Another something, ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, OHSS. They said in some cases, donors may develop that OHSS, a condition where the ovaries become swollen and painful due to overreaction to fertility medication. Long-term side effects. They say there is an ongoing research into the long-term health effects of egg donation and some potential risk and fertility issues or certain cancer. But they said it is still under investigation. Emotional consideration. I don't think Nigerians will look at that. Hormonal fluctuations. The hormonal changes associated with the process can cause swings, mood swings, and emotional distress. The time and commitment, and lifestyle adjustment. Number 1, extensive process. They say the egg donation process involves an extensive medical screening. In abroad where things are working, I want to believe, monitoring appointments and legal and psychological consultation requiring a significant time commitment. Number 2, lifestyle restrictions. I want to believe here, not in Nigeria. What is the lifestyle restrictions? Donors must abstain from intercourse. Donors in Yogbododoko. Smoking, drug use, alcohol, caffeine during their cycle. Who is going to monitor that one in Nigeria? I want to believe that was why that our sister that we spoke about earlier, that they shared their story with me, had that kind of pikin we then give them. Ẹlòmíì yín ẹ máa fowó ra wàhálà. Ìmí inú yín tiẹ̀ ti fowó ra wàhálà. Ẹ lè sọ̀rọ̀ síta ni. Hey! Kábíyèsí o. Continue. Financial cost. While doctors may receive compensation, the overall cost of egg donation can be substantial for the recipients, particularly when combined with IVF treatment. That was what that our sister went through. Remember, I told you the money they spent was more than 10 million. I don't want to put the real amount, but they spent over 10 million. At the end of the day, the pikin wey dem give them, one of them kpai, the other one, e dey between life and death as we dey talk. And there are so many people that will have been in that shoes, but people no go talk out. Then go do wetin, then go do pen. Na im be say it might be a very dangerous thing, even if it is accepted worldwide. Doing it in Nigeria, because of course we know I have made Nigeria, we always cut corners. They can always cut. Oju aja n shege. Okay, let's peg it at 15 million and leave it at that. You know, they always cut corners because they want quick money. All right? They will not do the needful before they will do it. Last one, before we now listen to our doctor. Potential for exploitation. They say some argue that the egg donation industry may exploit vulnerable women due to lack of transparency and regulation, which is what we have back home. Now, let us listen to our doctor. This doctor was able to say many other things that probably Google may not talk. You know, saying as somebody write Google too. And let us listen to the woman, the doctor. Because I don't know, but you can do your findings yourself. And but I find it very educative if you can listen to it. Oh, serious. University students are the suppliers. And as at that time, they were sold for 400,000 naira. Where? In Nigeria. Oh, somebody said my cousin was giving a baby that had cerebral palsy. Just like those couple I spoke about earlier. Okay, somebody said Punch newspaper did an undercover series. You see? And the funniest thing is they will not collect the baby back. Like this other one now, the woman tried to take the baby back, the one I spoke about earlier. AA is very expensive, time-consuming, and emotional process when done in the right way. Unfortunately, it's being trivialized in Nigeria, and people are being taken advantage of. I think the situation of the country, you can imagine 50,000 naira every month, 40,000 with belle for 9 months. That is for people that they will give the egg to carry. That's the for surrogate mother. When they now born pikin finish, they will now pay them 1.8 if they get twins. If now 1.2. Anyway, me, I cannot say somebody should not do it, and I cannot say somebody should not do whatever they are doing. But somebody said the pain is not here. Please, when I finish, the number is pinned. You can call in. Let's quickly listen to the doctor. Somebody said you are right. That was in 2015 in Punch. Then 1.2 million is when the person have twins. He carry twins for them. They will pay the person 1.8.
Do you know you can actually donate your eggs or sperm to fertility clinics and get paid as high as 300,000 naira above, depending on the fertility clinic? Oh, well, that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to tell you to start rushing out the fertility clinics to go and donate your eggs. I'm making this video because I've noticed a rising trend in young girls of reproductive age rushing down to fertility clinics to donate their eggs. So people have turned this to business, like it is now their business. Today they're in Abuja, tomorrow they're in Lagos, next tomorrow they're in Uri. Every month donating their eggs. Let me tell you what you don't know. Ideally, you're not meant to donate your eggs more than 6 times in your entire life cycle, right? But I can bet you some young girls donate their eggs up to 6 to 8 times in a year, like in a year. Let me tell you the side effect of all this, right? We ladies, the number of eggs that you're supposed to have in your entire life cycle is already situated in your body from the time of conception. That's from the time they get pregnant for you, right? And at this stage, you have about 7 million eggs. At birth, when they give birth to you, these eggs reduces to about 1 to 2 million, right? At the stage where you attain puberty, these eggs reduces to about 300,000 to about 500,000 naira. So about, still using naira, about 300,000 to about 500,000. Out of this 300 to 500,000, it's only about 500 out of this egg that are going to get matured, right? And either pregnancy occurs or your menstrual cycle occurs. That's if it doesn't get fertilized, right? So let me tell you the side effect of all this. During IVF, let me start with during the natural body, during our natural body, what happens is every month, one of this egg is being released for ovulation. And if for ovulation, for pregnancy to actually occur, if it happens that the sperm is present and it fertilizes the egg, oh well, pregnancy occurs. But if it does not, it gets shredded, and that's when your menstrual cycle occurs, right? But during IVF, what we do is we stimulate the ovaries to release more than one of these eggs. So sometimes we get as high as 10 eggs or above, depending on how well your body performs, right? So we ladies, naturally, our biological clock does not give us this laxity like the men, whereby even if you're old, even if you're in your late 80s, your 50s and all, your eggs are still good. We ladies don't have that long biological clock. The best years of your reproductive years are your early 20s to at most 35. So naturally, as you get older, the quality of your eggs reduces, irrespective of how many children you have, if you've not given birth. If you take all the supplements in this world, it is just for natural that the quality of your eggs are going to reduce as you grow older. So don't forget, out of these 500 eggs that are likely to attain maturity, which you'll be used throughout your life cycle, it's not all that are going to be of good quality. Remember, some girls have PCOS. Some girls have hormonal issues. There are so many other gynecological related issues that can actually affect the quality of your eggs. So imagine you going to fertility clinics every month and they're stimulating your ovaries to release eggs. Of course, the best at that early phase, when we're looking for donors, we go for donors within the age of 20s. People in their early 20s to about 25, where your eggs are still very good quality, right? Imagine you spend all these years of your life going to one fertility clinic or the other to donate your eggs. Unknowingly to you, you're donating your best quality eggs. Then probably when you're in your 30s and you're now ready to settle down, sometimes that's when problem develops because you've already donated the best quality of your eggs because you were after money. And apart from that, it's not just going to donate, it's the amount of times you're donating. When the ovaries are overstimulated during IVF, there are side effects of it. There's something called OHSS. There are a lot of side effects that can actually lead to ovarian failure. And if your ovaries fail, then you are not going to be able to produce eggs. And if you don't produce eggs, how do you want to get pregnant? If you don't ovulate, how do you want to get pregnant, right? And because of the high rate of infertility now, we have so many couples that have to rely on donor eggs, meaning they have to use another person's eggs to actually be able to get pregnant because of the high rate of infertility in which we're experiencing now, not just in Nigeria, but all around the world. So stop going from one fertility clinic to another every month, donating your eggs, telling yourself, oh, rather than me wasting you are not wasting your egg. If you don't get pregnant and your menstrual cycle comes, that is the natural process your body is supposed to go to. During IVF, we try our best to stimulate the ovaries with medications, injections, and all to help these ovaries to release more than one egg than the natural body phenomenon, where it's just one egg that is being released every month. So in case someone is telling you you're in your early 20s, you see your friends doing it, I'm not saying it's not good to donate your eggs. It is actually a very good thing if you choose to donate your eggs. You're helping those people with infertility issues to actually be able to, give birth to their children. But it's the number of times you go around donating your eggs. For crying out loud, you are not meant to donate more than 6 times in your entire life circle. The health practitioners, the medical rules and all know why they said no more than 6 times. Stop. You go to fertility clinics, they ask you, how many times have you donated? You're lying to yourself. Once they ask you, have you donated? Be like, no, I've donated just once. Auntie, you're not deceiving anybody. Like, it's yourself that you're doing. Because no matter how much a fertility clinic is going to pay you, if you lie to them, they're not with you, they don't follow you around. So we can't say how many times you've donated. So they can go ahead to stimulate you and retrieve the eggs. What is the long-term side effect of over stimulating these ovaries, over donating your eggs? That's where the problem comes. So I know there's so much economical hardship and so much going on, but donating your eggs, please, should not be a business. It is not a business. Even the money that you're being paid, you're not selling your eggs. It is just a compensation for you willing to actually donate your eggs to help those struggling to get pregnant. So please, donating your eggs is not business. It is not business.
I'm a daffun lady, you. Hey. Shebina, I don't hear. She said you are not allowed to do it more than 6 times in a lifetime. And of course, we all know the older we get, the less the quality of egg. That one is a common knowledge. The older we get, the even less egg we produce. She now said they stimulate. Exactly what we read. She mentioned it. The OHSS. But our people don't know. They will just tell each other, I make so amount. You say, come and do. And they give them injection so that they can produce more egg. In case people are just coming in. Aproko, thank you so much. Like I said, Aproko was the one that did the research to find all these videos for me, to send them to me. Now, if you decide, all these young ones, especially parents back in Nigeria, please share this video to parents back in Nigeria. I'm still going to try and cut this part out to repost again. Share this video to parents so they can talk to their girl children. Because if a greedy girl now she say, I make I make so amount, 200, 300. She will now be like, if I can make 300 in a month, then I can be making it every month. In a year, 12. Following year, another 12. Another following year, another 12. And they say you can only do it 6 times. For this lady to come out, she must be somebody that has conscience. Because it is the work she does, which many of them will not even say. Tomorrow now, one pikin will now say, or one lady will now say, I cannot have children again. The same circle. Are we sure in another 10 years' time, infertility will not double with what is going on now? With all these girls voluntarily putting themselves down for these eggs to be taken. Anyhow. It will take a doctor who wants to do things with conscience. I will say, no, you have done enough. Don't come and do again. But even if they do say that, they will go to another place. Maybe because they don't know the repercussion. They don't know the after effects at the long run. This is why it is advised that women, before you are 35, give birth to all the children you want to give birth to. So that later, and that's one of the reasons why they don't advise, once you are older and at a certain age, don't bother to say you want to get pregnant. Because they believe your egg at that time is not quality enough to bring forth the kind of child it should bring forth. That's what I said, Omoli Pompi. I said they will go to another place. Maybe because they don't know. Maybe if they know. Because some of, I won't lie to you, what I don't know, I won't say I know. I didn't know it's this bad. I know we produce egg, but I never knew they even stimulate them to be bringing forth the eggs so that they can produce more eggs, so that the people harvesting the eggs can be selling more. I didn't know. But me only there. It's what I'm interested in or what I want to do that I take my time out to read, to research on. I don't know who wants to do it. I am not doing it. So it has never been a bother to me or a big deal. Until we did that show yesterday and some people mentioned, I remember there was a time some people cried out, but I didn't know it's this popular now. The relaxed and lack of ethical scrutiny around assisted fertility in Nigeria treatments. I think, and it's the reason why every one of them you can see when we read about it here, they say there are legal process to it. It's not something you can just say, I want to do. Not only legal process, they will do tests on you. They will ask valid, necessary questions that you must not lie to them. It's just like I want a man to be okunrin. If they are giving the men's zone, they ask the kind of, because they know the repercussion of the kind of children that those kind of people can bring forth. They will ask, do you drink? Do you smoke? What do you take? All healthy lifestyle they want to know. But back in Nigeria, they don't want to. You had somebody mention the child that was given to our sister for kidney was not an healthy child. Then I want you guys to please call in. The number is pinned. Our regular number. Please, I want you to call in. Anybody that has a... Let's listen to it one more time. Yes, they even ask for medical history. But who is doing all that in Nigeria? Hey, you had the sister I mentioned her own case. Over 50 million. I don't want to mention the real amount. The money just went down the drain. Render them financially incapable now. Marriage itself don't scatter. Because of the kind of picking way they give them.
Do you know you can actually donate your eggs or sperm to fertility clinics and get paid as high as 300,000 naira above, depending on the fertility clinic? Well, that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to tell you to start rushing out the fertility clinics to go and donate your eggs. I'm making this video because I've noticed a rising trend in young girls of reproductive age rushing down to fertility clinics to donate their eggs. Some people have turned this to business, like it is now their business. Today they're in Abuja, tomorrow they're in Lagos, next tomorrow they're in Owerri. Every month donating their eggs. Let me tell you what you don't know. Ideally, you're not meant to donate your eggs more than 6 times in your entire life cycle, right? But I can bet you some young girls donate their eggs up to 6 to 8 times in a year, like in a year. Let me tell you the side effects of all this. right? We ladies, the number of eggs that you're supposed to have in your entire life cycle is already situated in your body from the time of conception. That's from the time they get pregnant for you, right? And at this stage, you have about 7 million eggs. At birth, when they give birth to you, these eggs reduces to about 1 to 2 million, right? At the stage where you attain puberty, these eggs reduces to about 300,000 to about 500,000 naira. So about, see me using naira, about 300,000 to about 500,000. Out of this 300 to 500,000, it's only about 500 out of this egg that are going to get matured, right? And either pregnancy occurs or your menstrual cycle occurs. That's if it doesn't get fertilized, right? So let me tell you the side effect of all this. During IVF, let me start with during the natural body, during our natural body, what happens is every month, one of this egg is being released for ovulation. And if for ovulation, for pregnancy to actually occur, if it happens that the sperm is present and it fertilizes the egg, oh well, pregnancy occurs. But if it does not, it gets shredded, and that's when your menstrual cycle occurs, right? But during IVF, what we do is we stimulate the ovaries to release more than one of these eggs. So sometimes we get as high as 10.
So the stimulation can cause overstimulation, and it will affect that ovary. But people don't know. I'm very sure they may not even bother themselves. All they shall want is that money.
Or above, depending on how well your body performs, right? So we ladies, naturally, our biological clock does not give us this laxity like the men, whereby even if you're old, even if you're in your late 80s, your 50s and all, your eggs are still good. We ladies don't have that long biological clock. The best years of your reproductive years are your early 20s to at most 35. So naturally, as you get older, the quality of your eggs reduces, irrespective of how many children you have, if you've not given birth, if you like take all the supplements in this world, it is just for natural that the quality of your eggs are going to reduce as you grow older. So don't forget, out of this 500 eggs that are likely to attain maturity, which will be used throughout your life cycle, it's not all that are going to be of good quality. Remember, some girls have PCOS, some girls have hormonal issues. There are so many other gynecological related issues that can actually affect the quality of your eggs. So imagine you going to fertility clinics every month and they're stimulating your ovaries to release eggs. Of course, the best at that early phase, when we're looking for donors, we go for donors within the age of like 20s. You know, people in their in their early 20s to about 25, where your eggs are still very good quality, right? Imagine you spend all these years of your life going to one fertility clinic or the other to donate your eggs. Unknowingly to you, you're donating your best quality eggs. Then probably when you're in your 30s and you're now ready to settle down, sometimes that's when problem develops because you've already donated the best quality of your eggs because you were after money. And apart from that, it's not just going to donate, it's the amount of times you're donating. When the ovaries are overstimulated during IVF, there are side effects of it. There's something called OHSS. There are a lot of side effects that can actually lead to ovarian failure. And if your ovaries fail, then you are not going to be able to produce eggs. And if you don't produce eggs, how do you want to get pregnant? If you don't ovulate, how do you want to get pregnant, right? And because of the high rate of infertility now, we have so many couples that have to rely on donor eggs, meaning they have to use another person's eggs to actually be able to get pregnant. Because of the high rate of infertility in which we're experiencing now, not just in Nigeria, but all around the world. So stop going from one fertility clinic to another every month donating your eggs, telling yourself, oh, rather than me wasting you are not wasting your egg. If you don't get pregnant and your menstrual cycle comes, that is the natural process your body is supposed to go to. During IVF, we try our best to stimulate the ovaries with medications, injections, and all to help these ovaries to release more than one egg than the natural body phenomenon, where it's just one egg that is being released every month. So in case someone is telling you you're in your early 20s, you see your friends doing it, I'm not saying it's not good to donate your eggs. It is actually a very good thing if you choose to donate your eggs. You're helping those people with infertility issues to actually be able to, give birth to their children. But it's the number of times you go around donating your eggs. For crying out loud, you are not meant to donate more than 6 times in your entire life circle. The health practitioners, the medical rules and all know why they said no more than 6 times. Stop. You go to fertility clinics, they ask you, how many times have you donated? You are lying to yourself. Once they ask you, have you donated? Be like, no, I've donated just once. Auntie, you're not deceiving anybody. Like, it's yourself that you're doing. Because no matter how much a fertility clinic is going to pay you, if you lie to them, they're not with you, they don't follow you around. So we can't say how many times you've donated. So they can go ahead to stimulate you and retrieve the eggs. What is the long-term side effect of over stimulating these ovaries, over donating your eggs? That's where the problem comes. So I know there's so much economical hardship and so much going on, but donating your eggs, please, should not be a business. It is not a business. Even the money that you're being paid, you're not selling your eggs. It is just a compensation for you willing to actually donate your eggs to help those struggling to get pregnant.
So at this point, let us stop. And the number to call in if you want to contribute is +1 240 351 9287. Please kindly call in and give your opinion on this particular topic or whatever you know about what we are discussing. I am not too familiar, if I would say, apart from the little I have read. And thanks to this, our doctor, I will look for, I think we can look for a child. From the beginning of the chat, when I started playing, you can see her TikTok page. She's somebody wants to follow because she has really that's why I didn't like the video Dan did. She advertised the surrogacy process without considering the ethical part of the special. Oh, okay, you mean that lady? What's her name? Nancy. Are you talking about Nancy? Yeah, Nancy actually announced it. Biola too did. Now some of us are getting to know that it's deeper than what we think. Deeper than what we know. Dang. Ìfẹ́. Ta ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀? Èmi ò mẹ́ni tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn celebrities kọ́ ni mo mọ̀. Ìtùkọ́ tó bá kàn mí ni máa ń ranjú mọ́. Or the one that goes viral. Who is Dang? Ẹni sùúrù. Let me Google it. Kúkú nípa wá lórí social media. Dang Ìfẹ́. Okay. Dang Ife likely refer to Dayo Aguru, the founder of Diary of a Naija Girl, a popular online platform community for women. Èmi ò mọ̀. Ṣó wà nínú orí Instagram. Okay, I think I've seen her Instagram page. Ṣó ṣe ni Ife Dayo Aguru. I've seen it. Diary of a Nigerian Girl. That's the meaning of the dang. Mi ò mọ̀. Ẹ kú mọ̀ pé mi kò ní parọ́ fún yín. But I've seen her page. Mo ti follow ẹ, Ife Dayo Aguru. Did she do it? Ta ló ń fi mí ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ yẹn, Cindy? I will block you. Now everybody I go know. And I want to buy me ni. The line is not going through, okay? The line is here. WhatsApp It's going through. Kò ring síta ni. Mi mo why tí ó ring síta.
Hello, Auntie.
Oh, she just moved to US. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma.
Good evening. Thanks for
Auntie,
calling.
you see this, so the egg donation is even a small side, is like a minor side of fertility treatment. Okay? Now, you see the fertility treatment business in Nigeria, because that's what it is. It is a business. Okay? The health sector in Nigeria, or the health minister in Nigeria, they are not regulating it. So yesterday, well, I saw a video. Let me say, I saw it yesterday, but I don't know what day they actually did the video. But yesterday there was a video where they were so I think it was more like surrogate parents, or like all these organizations that do, NGOs that do surrogacy. Okay? So what's her name? Nancy Korobidi's sister. She had so she was telling a story. All in Nigeria, one thing we need to understand is everything is all about social class. Just like what was happening in India. That's what Nigeria is just now. Okay? The only difference is, unlike India, the medical sector there is regulated. The medical sector in Nigeria is not regulated. And because the medical sector in Nigeria is mainly privatized, whatever we are saying, yes, we can raise awareness. Because of the privatization around medical system, like every other thing in Nigeria, it's always going to be difficult to not, for women or for females, not to see the value of money over ethical judgment around their body. And this is not just women. There's also stuff around men selling their sperm just to make money as well. It's a very big market in Nigeria. Okay? Now, for instance, like Nancy, I remember that saying, I think she said she lost 10 pregnancies. So she had 10 miscarriages. And she had quite a good number of failed IVF treatments. And anybody who understands sexual reproductive health, Nancy will not be considered for assisted reproduction. And the reason for that is because her body is too fragile. Yes, she might have done surrogacy, but I think I remember reading, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I remember reading that she never got to know who the surrogate mother is. So that on its own raises a red flag. Okay? The assumption people are making is the egg belongs to her and the sperm belongs to the child, belongs to the husband. For all we care, it could be something else. I don't know. But I always claim, because I've done IVF twice, and I can tell you, Auntie, IVF is not an easy journey. It's not. There is nobody that does. In short, you can't do it twice. By the time you do, even the second time, it was quite painstaking. Away from the emotions, away from the physical pain. Okay? Away from the physical pain, there's also the emotional angle. There's a psychological angle. And a lot of times, the children born through IVF, sometimes parents struggle, the moms struggle to bond with the child. And that's also the same most times for surrogacy. And I think that's why in the United Kingdom, when it comes to assisted fertility, it's not just a case of I want to do the treatment. They look at, that's how, yesterday when I called in, I was talking about the fact that they look at your holistic health care. They look at your health history. Because they're different things. It's not as simple as I want to go and donate egg. And you see these girls even donating their egg.
In Nigeria.
A lot of times, do you know that they actually, what do they call it now? When they make people unconscious of what they're doing? I can't remember what it's called medically. What's it called now? Like that kind of a thing.
Sedate.
Yeah. So they actually do that to them.
Yeah.
And a lot of sometimes some of these women are deceived. They don't even know that that's what they're about to do. So it's so unethical the way it is done in Nigeria. And that's why the United Kingdom was very, very clear that any assisted reproduction done in Nigeria, done outside the shores, done in Nigeria is not acceptable because of the unethical practice around it. And again, this is not uncommon because that was the case in India. I think when I came off the call, somebody had written that the Indians do it. And I remember you were saying, yes, India was the topic as of 2010 up to 2014. Because they were doing exact same thing that Nigeria was doing. I will look for videos because I actually went to India, like through my job, went to India. We actually went to investigate and we wrote extensively about it. In short, in India, Nigeria is even, to an extent, Nigeria is even just starting. India actually built, so when they were doing their own reproductive, when they were having problems, they were building their hospitals like supermarkets, like a shopping mall.
Yeah.
That was how they were building their hospitals for assisted reproduction. And it was so complicated that WHO had to step in and ban any medical treatment from India for 4 years until their government put things in order. But the Nigerian thing is very difficult because Nigeria does not necessarily have a universal healthcare policy and ethical code across them. And I know this because I remember coming to I did a project in Nigeria called the Abiye Project. And that until you can Google it, the Abiye Project is on maternal and child mortality.
The name is
so there's no way you can
I said the name says it all, Abiye.
Yes. It's under Mimiko's government. It was done for 8 years. Now, when we did that, it was at the start of that project that I realized the very unethical way of structuring the healthcare that the healthcare in Nigeria is structured. So you have to start from top to bottom. And a lot of these women that are going for it, remember, most of them, they are financially disadvantaged. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. But like in India now, for instance, those that were mainly doing it, or those that were used for surrogacy at the time, they were the women from the caste tribe or caste sector. The lower caste class sector. Mm-hmm. So they were the ones that were used. I will send you videos until there are videos I can send. They're on YouTube. I will send you videos where you actually see documentaries about, and these are not documentary from just random places. These are, WHO, like global concerns about it. Mm. But with the Nigerian thing, it's very, very tricky because the way the Nigerian healthcare is funded, you have the federal system, you have the states, you have the local government level, okay? Then you also have the international NGO funding individual projects. And what we are seeing, the pattern we are seeing with the Nigerian system, when adoptions or fertility treatment is being done from Nigeria, what we are seeing is the treatment. Most of these people who are piloting fertility treatment, they get their funding sometimes from international NGOs, but they're not necessarily disclosing what they're using it for. And of course, international NGO is not well regulated in developing countries. What they cannot get away with in their own countries, they get away with it in Africa. So it's a very complex, there's political angle to it, there's economic angle to it, and there's a social angle to all of this. It's not just as simple. And also there's also the angle of people lacking understanding of sexual reproductive health. And that's a big deal because a lot of women, when they come to the UK, for instance, I'm using the UK as an example because that's where I work. So when they come to the UK, what you discover is a lot of women don't even know their health history.
Majority of Nigerians some of them
don't.
I say majority of Nigerians don't.
Yes, a lot of women, even including myself that was speaking, I didn't know my health history. If I knew my health history, I wouldn't even attempt IVF. So it's very deep because a lot, it's not something that we know.
Why did you
it's
say?
Not something that we pay attention.
Why did you say you wouldn't have attempted IVF? Why?
So I wouldn't have attempted IVF because, so for me, I had, like I said, I had a secondary barrenness, okay? And mainly it's, so there's a genetic occurrence for that in my family lineage, for all women in my family. And when they get to a certain age, they struggle to conceive naturally. Okay? So, but those who knew, like I have cousins who were in the medical field, obviously they knew ahead of time. So they started addressing that when they were younger because of their medical field, because they were in medical field. But a lot of us didn't know that. So when I look at, until you met my sister didn't have her first child until she was 34. So she tried for over 12 years before she had a child naturally. But that was because she was able to treat herself after like 3 different miscarriages. And that's like a constant thing. So the way around it is when we're younger, we should have engaged. There's a way it can be managed medically. Because like when I had my child at 19. So I didn't, even at 19 when I had him, I had birth complications, which I was lucky to be alive. Obviously, if going by the Nigerian healthcare now, I wouldn't use the Nigerian healthcare, but I was lucky to be alive. And that was because my mom was in the labor room with me. So when the complications happened, my mom was able to say to the doctor, look, this is something that happened with me, because she had her children back in the UK. So she understood her medical history. You see what I mean, ma?
Mm-hmm.
So sexual reproductive health is something, even for male, for our male and female kids, sexual reproductive health is not something that is taught. And most of the people doing fertility treatment in Nigeria, they do not have understanding or knowledge of sexual reproductive health. A lot of them are just generic gynecologists. In United Kingdom, if you want to do fertility treatment, you have to go to the sexual reproductive health clinic. You cannot do it through a gynecologist. And that's why they're very robust about it. So I will wait. I mean, I can always call in later, but if anybody has questions, I can answer some questions. I have a background on that.
Somebody just sent something to me now. Somebody just sent a post to me, like a journal, talking about when, egg from donors have issues, like the generic thing that we were talking of. They said they are working on how they can work on it, and the genetic mutations will be removed before they insert it to the carrier eventually. Remember, we were talking that some of these donors, they don't know what they are even carrying, the kind of diseases.
And that's where sexual reproductive health comes in. You understand, ma?
Not only that.
It's not sex education, but sexual reproductive health.
Yes.
There are 2 different things. So what is taught in school is sex education. But auntie, every male and female should, and that's why, like in the UK, for instance, when our young girls,
the research is going on in UK.
Man,
the research is going on in UK.
It's not just UK. I mean, even America.
No, this one I'm reading. The one I'm reading
is what I'm telling
you. The one I'm reading is the one I'm telling you.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, you see, auntie, like when a baby is born here, like anybody who has had a child in the United Kingdom, right? One thing that they notice very, very quickly is when their baby is born, there's a lot of picking on the baby. So when I say picking, like they use needles to prick the baby, okay? They take blood, they take bone marrow, there's so many things that they take.
To test.
So at the first 3 weeks of the baby being born, a lot of testing gets done. When a woman is pregnant in the United Kingdom, maybe her first pregnancy, there's a lot of testing. obviously subsequent on the test. But the whole idea behind that is they look at genetics, they look at the health of the parents, even both parents. Like I have a friend. So the husband has traces in their family. There's traces of multiple sclerosis. Okay? Now, when they had their first child had a very mild multiple sclerosis symptom. Okay? That child was born in Nigeria. The doctors never picked her up until they migrated here. That child was 10 when it was picked up at school. But because it's very, very mild, it was, school didn't pick it up as in Nigeria. So when they came here, they always saw the child to be, not that the child was not learning, but the child was like a, what you call like an average learner. You understand? So the child was a child who constantly found, a child who struggles to learn at the same pace as their child, as their peers. Okay? So when they got here, the child, obviously school pays attention. So what the first thing they noticed very quickly was they noticed is coordination and cognitive skills. So when they then went and started asking, and interestingly, both parents are medical doctors. So when they then went to start, when they started asking parents, initially parents were quite defensive. They were like seeing it as racism because that child needed to be in a special class. Okay? And then they started asking questions, and then it turned out, when they started asking questions about the child's development at early stage of the child's life, you remember what I was saying about child's passport, health passport yesterday? So they started asking questions, and it turned out that the child did not develop, like age and stage of development. The child was a delayed age and stage development. But both parents put it to be is their first child. He didn't have other children. You know how, we all do it. Where a first child, you're like, sorrow. But then when the second child is born,
first child are like, slow. Some people will even tell you first children are always slow.
Exactly. So when they now started looking back at the health history of that child from birth to age 10, they looked at, there are different things that they use in asking just to get a good view. That was how they discovered that child had multiple sclerosis. But at the time, there's also, so while they were doing that testing, they then found out that there was also Down syndrome in the grandmother's gene, the maternal grandmother's gene. So by tracing back, they found, but mom and dad didn't know. And what they were saying, what the doctor told, when they did all this check, what they said to them was, if they had done their checks, because all that needed to be done was when mom and dad met themselves, sexually, when they met themselves, there were things that were needed. Mom needed some injections while she was pregnant to correct things. But because they didn't know, she carried the pregnancy naturally without realizing. So it was only when they came here that they did those testing. So there are 2 other children. They now have 2 subsequent children, and they're very healthy. So there's a lot to, it's not just as simple as, it's very easy to say fertility this and that, but it's not, there's a lot, we just need to be educated on sexual reproductive health. Some people, they say slow sperm count. Sometimes it's not just as simple as that. It could be something that is generic or genetic. There is a genetical thing. There could be more to it than just that. Some people, it's just as simple as that. Some people have traces of Down syndrome. Like there's someone that I know, our 4 children all have Down syndromes. Meanwhile, mom and dad are fine.
All the 4 children?
Mom and dad are, yes, all their 4 children have Down syndrome, and they are very severe and obvious. But what they didn't realize was dad is a carrier. Dad doesn't have it, but he's a carrier. So, again, if they had that health check, if they understood their sexual reproductive health, they had the understanding on that, what would have happened was dad and mom, when they were trying to get pregnant, they would have been monitored and they would have had some treatments. to reduce it, to reduce the chances of Down syndrome.
Nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ o.
Kí lẹ sọ ma?
Mo ní mẹ́wàá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ o.
That's why, Sherry Auntie, sexual reproductive health is very, very important. It's not just as simple as Ambara.
It was not like this before now. Life was not like this before now. Life was not like this before. Having children wasn't this scary. The only one we know is a sickle cell.
Auntie, let us remember that in our own, what we know is what we know. Like me, like I said, my own is a very good example. I didn't know most of these things. In short, IVF was here in the UK. And when they asked me, I was very clear.
Somebody said it has always been like this.
And that was true.
In your corner, it has always been like this.
Yeah, because when they asked me, when they asked me my health history, like the first IVF, I carried it. My first treatment was successful to a level. I carried it for a month. And after that 1 month, I could not sustain the pregnancy. She understand? So, of course, they had to pay attention to me. The second one, I carried it up to 3 months. Just 3 months, and then I lost the pregnancy. Meanwhile, my very first child, I carried him to term. So I didn't understand my health. So, like when my older sister got married, of course, I had a child when I was 19. So when my older sister got married and she was having problems with conceiving, number one, the pills she was taking, she wasn't even meant to take it. But because she didn't know her health history, she didn't understand it. So they then had to link us back. So, I was able to ask questions because I'd done IVF. So I was able to ask her questions. And we went together on medical journey, you understand? And that was where we started comparing and contrasting. And we discovered that this has happened with our mom. It has happened with our aunties. On the maternal side, that is a pattern.
Wow. Hey, thank you.
All right, ma.
If I miss your call, I'll call you back. Oh, lágbára báyìí o. Wow. Hey. It's taught in Nigeria. Reproductive education. Hello? Oh, could connect. Auntie, our parents' generation used to hide a lot of things. Most of these children back in the days were eating. If I miss your call, I'll call back. Oh. I find it so scary, man. Why is your line not connecting? No, and this is American line or Canada.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, ma.
Hello. Yes, ma. Good afternoon. I've had that on you.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much for this topic you brought up. There's one of my neighbor back in Abuja. She waited for a long time. She was married to a widower. She was a single lady. She was married to a widower. She couldn't conceive. She couldn't conceive for a long time. Very, very long time. So eventually, I think a cleaner heard about the predicament and she quickly switched on with the husband. And the cleaner became the second wife. Eventually, had 4 children. And she moved to this woman's apartment with her husband. So she practically became the second wife. So this woman was going everywhere, running up for tests, doing everything. So eventually when this IVF stuff came out, I think she did it. And when she eventually did it, the child has some deformity. Okay? The child has some deformity. And there have been cases also concerning this IVF thing. Most of them, I wouldn't say maybe 100%, maybe practically maybe 20%, actually have one issue or the other. Then concerning the surrogacy thing, the reason why most of them will not return the baby, they will not return, was because they have gone to the church to give testimony. Praise the Lord! The God of our daddy has blessed us with a baby. They didn't tell them that they went through surrogacy. Surrogates. They did surrogacy. So now that the whole thing has come out as it is, that the child has deformity, and most of these surrogate mother, they don't have any connection with them to even be able to ask them about their health record.
Yeah.
Family, some families, they do have
history.
diabetes.
Family
some
medical
they do
history.
have family record, medical record.
Yeah.
So they don't have any information about the egg donor, okay, or the sperm donor. So because of this incident, because of this issue, they ended up, they will have to struggle. Go and check them. They will not be happy. They will not be happy. The main reason why they will not, I don't care if I happen to get the egg donor or whatever, and the baby was not okay. I don't care.
What are you going to do?
I don't care. No, if it takes that I need to return the baby to them, I will return the baby.
To who?
To where I got the baby from now.
Because already I'm done with this stuff. This our topic is so depressing. But thank you for making me laugh. You will return the baby to.
First of all, I will not go to church and give testimony. I will let them know that I did I did surrogacy. So when there is any issue and they didn't see me with the baby again, take for instance the woman that her marriage was bad. They gave her twins. One baby died. I will be told for me to save my marriage. I will take the child back now.
They refused to collect the child from her.
But she took it the first time.
She took
the child the first time.
She took it the first time. Then they called her months after to come and take the baby. And she went to pick it.
I will not go back. I will not go back. Which child? I will not go back. Oh.
They won't collect the baby from you. Which baby are you returning? They've done their own job. The rest is for you. They won't take it. So
create more awareness so that our children will understand, our girls, they will understand what this thing is all about. Like one of the videos you played, I picked something from that lady. She said, how do I want to spread my offspring everywhere?
All over the world.
How?
You know,
your offspring, your offspring. Did you know the meaning of offspring? This is a child that child can eventually marry your own child again.
That's where I want to mention.
All these things. They can go ahead in future and marry each other, meet somewhere else. Anything can happen. Let's not, because of money, do all these things. Please, Sister Aduni, please, Auntie Aduni, create more awareness on this issue, please.
It's a very sensitive issue. It's not something I want to stay on for too long. It's a very sensitive issue.
And those going for those eggs, our waiting mothers, they should please, waiting married women, they should please, for crying aloud, do the necessary due diligence. They should do everything they need to do to make sure, to ensure that the egg they are getting, they have every information about the mother, so that all these kind of issues will not continue again, because it can be so draining. Even Omotin Obinino gone is so draining. Not to talk of egg, these things will mar the marriage. Eh? And they don't have the money, not that the money is there. Talk of what's this lady's name? Iniedo. Talk of Iniedo.
I'm reading something.
Iniedo has a lot of money.
Hey.
Iniedo has a lot of money.
Hey.
Huh? There is this other lady too in UK. She's in UK. She's one of these social media. I've forgotten her name. She used to braid hair. She do braid hair. She's been updating her IVF journey. She froze her egg, her embryo. You know that she's taking the last one. If you have your egg, if you want to frozen it, fine. But taking somebody's egg again, mixing it with your own husband's sperm, you better be a mother.
My darling sister. Thank you. I want to read out something to us that we might not get. Somebody broke it down here. That this doctor said it, but somebody broke it down very well. Where somebody, I told you somebody just sent something to me now. So, Eshema.
Yes, ma'am.
So under the post, somebody said, this is what I call gross ignorance. When somebody said, after all, you are going to sell, the egg is going to be wasted. That person now broke it down to explain it better. You know, this lady said, you can only do this thing 6 times a year. I mean, 6 times in your lifetime. That they give you injection, they do this, they do that. It's not something that you just say, I want to come and sell. That nobody is, the person now broke it down and say, nobody is going to come, you're not going to somewhere and they are harvesting just 1 egg. That you should not deceive yourself. That when you go, they want to harvest like 20 to 30 eggs at a go. They will want to maximize their profits. So let me read it. Do you know these eggs are harvested? How these eggs are harvested? They will start with giving you drugs and injections that you will be applying on your tummy, leading to many eggs ripen at once instead of enye yokan simeji to ye keyan produce lóṣù. Remember, we are to produce just 1 or 2, and if those 1 or 2 doesn't get fertilized, if there is no egg intercourse, we menstruate, we shed it and added DHA. This person said, no, it is not the same process. So, Kamaro, people just say, I am ovulating. Wawa law. No, they are not looking for 1 egg. They are going to stimulate your ovary to produce plenty egg at a go. And when they are to harvest it, they want to take like 20 to 50 eggs every month out of your body. You will come and they will take them all out at the same time once. When you menstruate, only 1 or in some cases 2 gets ripe and then it's thrown out if not fertilized. Then she said you will wait a whole 28 days before another one ripens. That's what you say is cool. She's trying to respond to somebody. Mogbe oroburuku. So, okay, I now get where this lady was trying to explain that we produce certain amount. If you now keep doing this every month, ẹyin mélòó ló fẹ́ kùn lára ẹ. That is how it is done. Do you know Nigerian ladies are very, very okay with it? Somebody sent a post to me. That person said there is a current pandemic of egg donation among young ladies in Nigerian universities, and no one is talking about it. Our young ladies are selling their future children for peanuts due to harsh economic situation, and everyone is silent. Fertility centers all over Nigeria. And some of the comments, somebody said egg dies every month, so why don't they sell them to family who needs it? That was when that person now responded and said, do you think it is that easy? No, you are not serious. This is ignorance. It is worse than what you are thinking. They will stimulate your something to produce more than necessary. Me, I didn't get it before. I thought it's the one that will come in a month. They will collect. I never knew the body will be stimulated to produce as many as possible. And they want to harvest 50 at a go. Kan le pin káàkiri. Because I can tell it, sell it to this one, sell it. So, the person that is giving you 40,000, I bet nothing that will give you 50,000 for a procedure is actually making maybe like 50 million or 30 million. One more for you 50,000. And that 50,000, by the time the repercussion of what you have done, you young ladies, and you gonna call any video. Let's say somebody said, no, they need to harvest a lot because not all of them will be good. Okay, let's assume out of everything, let's say they harvested like 30. And out of the 30, 50-50. 15 is okay, 15 is not okay. You know how much they sell one. And they will give the person they carry the thing command for in body 50,000. And there's another person that mentioned that the procedure is very, very painful. Somebody said, ever since one babe had complication, lifetime complication from this thing, I just pack one side. I will never do it. One lady said it. Somebody said the process alone scares me. The needle gives me blood pressure every time I see it. There is no amount of money you can offer me for this thing. I will faint before procedure even starts. The babe did a YouTube video warning about the danger. She used to go for circle donations regularly until she started feeling pain in her lower back. She said since then, the pain has since worsened and she's now stuck with it. Ordinary cramps, I'm shaking. It's now this one. Once again, in her dough, I hope they know they will need the same egg one day. So there are a lot of comments under this thing. So many are like, it doesn't matter. Some are like, they will do it. Somebody said the pain is something you rethink, like choices. If there is one thing I've learned in this life, it's not to fool with your reproductive organs. You are going to need it someday. Imagine giving all your eggs now, and then when you get married and want to have your own kids, doctor tells you, unfortunately, you don't have egg. You are not producing anymore. Àwọn ọmọ yìí láyà o. Somebody said the eggs shall be replenished. Another person now responded, replenish. We are all born with the amount of eggs we are going to need in our lifetime. There is no replenishing. Every month we lose 1 or 2 depending on how many your body releases. There is no regrowing. There is no replenishing. It solely decreases. Just messed up hormones and hyperstimulated ovaries that lead to ovarian cysts and many other issues. And don't forget, when we read about it on Google, Google said they are now connecting it to some cancer in women. But they are still on the research of that thing. Emma lo wa ṣe Emma ta egg yin. You see what is going on now will be a child's play to what will be going on in another 10 years time. I know àwọn ọkùnrin tó máa fẹ́ yín lànú mi ṣe torí ẹ máa kó wọn sí ìnáwó. Ẹ máa kó wọn sí ìnáwó owó tí èrè kan iná. Because kì í ṣe gbogbo obìnrin tí ó ní infertility issues ló natural. So many of them is either from the kind of life tán ti live. Bóyá tán ti lọ ṣàbọ̀ṣọ̀ bí tó yẹ tí ò yẹ kan ṣe tó ti affect wọn. Somebody say you sell your eggs. They make a son you don't know. You later born girl. They end up meeting somewhere and getting married. Èèyàn kan ní ọmọ. May Nigeria never happen to us. Please, where is the ìyẹn tí ẹ fẹ́ lọ? Hey, wonders shall never cease. That is estrogen and progesterone, HRT medication. So they will stimulate them to produce more than they are supposed to produce. No wonder they said the hyperstimulation affects the ovaries on the long run. Because that means the ovary will be doing more than double work. Oh. If ovary is producing 2 and they now stimulate it to produce 20 minimum, iṣẹ́ ni ovary yẹn máa ṣe. Tó bá wá di ọ̀la tí ovary bá wá pack up or whatever, you will now go be jumping from one church house to the other, from one prayer. Anyway, now women be customer, make I stop for here. Aláwa obìnrin, we are the problem of our problem. All because of money. All because of lack of contentment. It's all okay, like this lady said, that doing it to help couple that need it is okay. But knowing when to stop is very important. She says some people do it as much as almost every month. If they are collecting 50 on your body every month and you're already in your 20s, that means before you reach 30, they don't collect all the they don't collect all the egg from your body. You will not go and cover.
Sometimes you need to read first before you do so.
Anchor.
No, you don't do it every month. You can do multiple procedures.
No, they are doing it every month in Nigeria.
It's not possible.
That's what we just read. They say they are doing it every month.
Just lying. People don't know what is going on.
Who is lying?
That's not how the procedures work.
Oh yeah, what's off about the procedure and she work? You tell us how it works.
It's multiple. You can do multiple procedures, but before you even go for a procedure, they have to make sure everything is okay.
Here.
Even back home, and even if they're doing it back home and people are selling their eggs, it's not because of the woman. I feel like putting the blame on the women
is because of who?
Misogynistic. It's because of the economy. It's because of capitalism. There are so many other things that come into play, and to blame it on the
teacher one sorrow.
Misogynistic. You don't blame it on the women. I know everybody wants to have kids, and that's
but they want to have kids, though.
No, not everybody wants to have kids. I know you don't get to choose what another woman does with their body. It's their choice, and they're also creating.
But you know, vulnerability can make people to do what they don't want to do.
Exactly. So you should understand that it's not the woman's fault.
No, the more reason we should talk about it so they don't do it.
Talk about it, but talk about it with a.
Generation.
Okay, but if you want to talk about it from a sense of
empathy.
Compassion. You're being. It's not helping anybody being mean. It's not.
It sounds mean.
Being mean is not helping anybody, and it's also coming from a misogynistic view.
Misogynistics.
Yes.
Ó wá jà fún generation wọn. Àwọn Gen Z àbí Gen Z. Ṣẹ́rí tó bọ́jì ní tó my show. Ó di tíṣà mi. Ó dáa. Wọ́n ní ká fi wọ́n lẹ̀ o. It's their life. It's their decision. And we should not be misogynistics. We are unique people. You don't see my life. No, nobody is discouraging surrogacy. She said I should not be mean. The way it's like I'm being mean. I'm not considering the reason why many people do it. That they are not telling the truth about how they do it. That nobody can harvest every month. But doctor tell us that they do them every month. Misogynistic, shame you bani. Abi? Misogynistics. Oh, what beg one generation one. You know they are Gen Z generation. You have to say kini outcome fún wọn díẹ̀. Wọ́n ti wá lẹ́ teach wa nìyẹn lójú ara wọn. But èmi ni wípé à ń sọ. Shebi, that is what we are doing. Shebi, after we talk now, we are not going to do anything again. She's talking based on what is going on here. She won't regulate kini tó ń sọ. Is that thing regulated in Nigeria? Is it regulated in Nigeria? Okay, somebody said eggs can be harvested every month. She's correct. Okay. How long do they do it? Wàhálà bí wàhálà bú. Téèyàn bá ti bímọ tán ti ga jù yàn lọ, ó di baby sí wọn lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn. Na to just look. but mo ti ní kó yé badge into my show mo kò ní gbọ́ràn tí n bá ṣe tán mo máa lọ sọ fún. Ó fẹ́ máa fi lifestyle ibi, she's comparing the lifestyle here, regulations and everything. She wants to use it to compare to what is going on in Nigeria. I have done it too for myself. The other lady, they said that one saved her eggs, freeze her eggs. Ìyẹn ṣe gbọ́. Kò yé àbí kò yé? Ish. Auntie, remember people do exaggerate concerns. But we all know it's not regulated back home. Abi, we appreciate our input. Ó ṣe tíṣà wa. Èmi ò kúkú bá wọn argue púpọ̀ tó bá ti dójú ẹ̀. Mo ti gbọ́. Show tá à ń ṣe náà, once we done with the show, I don't leave am. Anybody can pick something out of it and use it. It's just a caution. I don't know people who they do am. I don't know the people where they do am. You see, she said the economic something is there, capitalism kinikan is there, misogynistic kinikan is there, the situation of the country, I am being mean, not considering all that. She will not know that some people are greedy. They will do it, and maybe this doctor talk am. This doctor is in Abuja. She's one of their doctors. She's one of their doctor trying to say error o. Ẹ má lọ ta nǹkan tí ò yẹ kẹ́ ta o. Làwa náà dẹ̀ ń sọ yìí. Ẹ má ní because you are hungry to go and say what you are not supposed to sell o. Wọ́n ní àwa misogynistics. I should stop being misogynistics. I should stop being me. The way I'm talking about it is like I'm being me. Me where I just talk, where never take, where I say it's not something I want to repeat. When somebody say, Auntie, please do more educate, continue do more of this show. I say no. It's too sensitive a show to do. Considering the people who are in that shoes. I say to be talking about it, how will they be feeling? Ẹ ó ti kúrò Nigeria ó ti ṣe díẹ̀. Bóyá kò jẹ́ kó understand wípé life is not the way it was when she left Nigeria. And as it is, like somebody was telling me, I saw a post today, said, the fact that a lady's parents are rich in Nigeria or a guy's parents are rich in Nigeria does not mean person can vouch for them because you can never know what they are up to earn their own money. I say, Ọlọ́run á máa ṣàánú generation yìí kẹ́. Is it not long tí mo sọ pé this thing is so scary? Even in Nigeria, eggs can be harvested monthly. However, unnecessary pressure can be placed on victims to harvest sperm. Remember, this lady said they can leave one hospital to go and do it in another place, and they will not tell them the truth. Abeti gbàgbé ni. Okay, let's say every other month, and they're harvesting like 30 to 40 every month from them. Mélòó ló fẹ́ kùn lára wọn? So by the time they are ready to start giving their own, they will go to another hospital. This lady mentioned it now. We are talking about a system that is not regulated. Kò yé ni. Somebody said, but the truth be told, abortion is hold on. Somebody is comparing abortion to selling eggs. Abortion is legal or whatever. And if they have to do it, they go to experienced doctor that will do it. So you see complications. And egg, remember, they have many years to produce egg. Unlike this one that they make them to produce too many eggs at the same time. Kò sí ìtò dá àti abortion ni o, èmi ò like ẹ̀. Àti selling of egg yìí, mi ò fọwọ́ sí. Or maybe like this lady said, if they need to help people, because there are people in that situation whereby that's the only means. I all day personally have campaigned for people doing surrogacy. I say go for surrogacy. Go for IVF. Go for adoption. I have always said it. But do it in a legal way. Do it in a legal way. Nothing justifies abortion. Nothing justifies kinon koruko ẹ. Because once if you pills sílẹ̀, there are pills so that you don't get pregnant. Kó tó doyún, kó yètè ṣe nǹkan sí. This lady said it. Now, he said they are doing it multiple times. Òun lè náà ṣe kò gbé Nigeria, kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe doctor. These are the people tó lè sọ pẹ̀ láwọn ẹni yìí. They are the ones that can say this is how it's working. Mi ò kúkú mọ much in pẹ́ until we start discussing it yesterday. Anyway, you say so many girls' eggs has been removed with style. By who? Is it like the first girl we played that video, or which one? By who? Anyway, as we lay our bed is always my own slogan. So shall we lie on it. There are so many people that are vulnerable that will not do it. There are so many people that are into poverty that will not do it. And we have people that greed will make them do it over and over and over again. Daughter of Holy Ghost. It was more than one woman, 9 people. The doctor did it for 9 people in, was it Benue or Plateau State? 9 people, 9. He removed 9 people's kidney. That redeemed pastor, I want to believe, is the one you are talking of. All these things, protocol, God follow, legal process, documents to be signed and all those things. But they are just doing it carelessly. No, but just, thank you, daughter of Holy Ghost. 9 people, it was 9 people. And up till now, the next thing they will tell us, say, the man don kolo, they cannot do any case with him. Koye ni, eje ma wo ntin yin. Lawyer mi inú ilé nìyẹn. A lè má nírú wọn bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹyọ kan nu ọmọ tó máa joyè lawyer pé mommy no. Ó ti sọ tiẹ̀. Tèmi kọ́ ló sọ. Torí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà kò rí lè mọ̀. I always ask her, are you listening to Nigeria news? She will say for what? Òun ló máa correct nǹkan tí mò ń ṣe. I say, why am I listening to what is going on there? So, if this egg something, I didn't know it's this rampant. But me only there. Me mentoni there. I don't know who is buying. I don't know who is selling until somebody mention it and they send this video. I say, this thing are like this. Now all this wahala, is it this bad? Has it come to this? This is a doctor talking. She they live for Nigeria. I wish she they communicate with anybody in Nigeria. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Tonight, not anymore. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And I think we are done with the topic. Like I said, it's too sensitive an issue for me. It's not something I want to dwell on for the sake of people going through the journey of infertility. It's not something anybody wants to go through. So, but whatever decision they are taking, and for the people selling eggs too, it's on them. We have only talked on what is going on. Tó bá di ọ̀la, béèyàn kan bá fọwọ́ ara ẹ̀ ṣeré. Tó bá wá ń jump from one church to the other, looking for pastor to pray for them. I hope they will remember the lives they have lived. Please give your daughter credit, mo ti gbọ́. I always tell them, it's for them to know more than me, that I've used all my life to trade them. Tó bá fi pò mọ́ jù mí lọ, bó ṣe yẹ kó rí nìyẹn. That is how it's been. I mean, no. I don't know. Waiting, I don't know. I don't go talk, say I know. You kuku know me. I don't feel ashamed. This is me. I don't know. I don't know, say a day like this. Until some people say, Auntie, go to TikTok now. I can't even remember the last time I opened TikTok. Go to TikTok. They are selling egg openly. I say, which egg? Egg of chicken. I be which egg? I didn't know. Now I have know. Kolon sha nu gbogbo àwọn ton ṣe. Kolon show one. But if tomorrow now come, make it no be say, it go come be carry me, they go. Baba carry me, they go. It's now not result to what God cannot do. Does not exist. And pastor will have customer. Then Kuku get customer now. Out of decisions many of us made in the past. Waiting she sabi, how old is she? Which waka she don't waka for life? Hey, whoa. We shall say, I will see you guys tomorrow, Jerry. Do have a good night, everyone. And thank you for joining me once again. You know, I always appreciate you. And I'm always ready to learn. I never say I know it all. That's why I say, I don't know. I know, say this one, they happen, though. Tell me more. All right, guys. Have a good night and enjoy your evening. before TikTok self, it don't they exist. Adejoke, I said it earlier too. I don't know when you joined us. When somebody said we should talk about it again, I said no. It's too sensitive a topic. I was once there. It's too sensitive. So good night, guys. Òkè ló tí ó ń bọ̀ láti ìsàlẹ̀ ló gbóhùn mi. Ohùn mi láùdù ló jẹ́ kó mọ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ torí mo palẹ̀kùn yàrá mi dé.